Hi, I'm John. I started Leonardo's Use Your Ear course. I'm in my starting my third month, and I made this video to talk about my experience with the course. I think this is a really interesting course, and you'd really enjoy taking it. I want to share with you some of my observations about the course. The first one is I feel like my melodic dictation has improved a lot. Before I started, I couldn't do it at all. And now I can get about 80% on most of the dictations if I slow them down a bit. Number two, I noticed that my experience of music is a lot richer now. Somehow I'm hearing the melodies and the harmonies much more intensely. It's like everything is just a deeper experience. And I used to struggle to practice guitar for 20 minutes a day, and now I get so immersed in the sounds, I just lose track of time. Number three, I've always wondered what it's like to really improvise. I mean, my version of improvisation was playing pentatonic scales, and it was a very rational process. I was purposely, just changing this pattern a certain way. And now, well, just yesterday, I was playing chords and melodies that were coming from me, and it was a very different experience. And so I feel like I'm getting a glimpse of what it means to improvise. To have sounds that you hear in your head, and then producing them on your instrument. So I think that's a very interesting experience. So if you're interested in improvisation, this might be a course that you're interested in. So number four is I've gotten very good at figuring out the key of songs. I can listen to most simple songs, and within a few minutes, I know which sound is the tonic, and from there I know that and so then I know the key, and also I've noticed I can get the melody and the harmonies very quickly, just a few minutes. And I used to do everything by trial and error, and it would take me a much longer time. And also, just the whole experience was not as much fun. So, if you want to have more fun with your instrument, I think this is learning to train your ears is a really good idea. So what do I like about Leonardo's course, and how is it different from others? Well, first of all, it's not based on intervals. So if you've tried these interval courses, relative pitch training courses based on interval, and they haven't worked like I have, then I think you really should give this a try. So another thing that I really like about his course is how progressive it is. He's come up with very, very simple, easy exercises, and they get a little bit harder and a little bit harder and a little bit harder. And before you know it, you're doing things that you previously thought would be impossible to do. And so I think that's a really strong part of his course. I think another strong part of his course is he really has a system. He's figured out what is the things you need to do first and second and third, and there's this whole system that fits together. And so there's a step-by-step process, and you have to basically follow that process. Anyway, another thing that I really like about the course is how responsive he is. I have a lot of questions. I'm very curious about why we do things and why this exercise and how everything works. And he's been very patiently answering all my questions, and it's really helped me a lot. So if you're that type of person, you need to really understand everything. This course might really be for you. Another thing I really like about the course is how professional the recordings are. I mean these chord progression recordings, exercises, the recordings are so smooth. You just wonder how they can be so smooth. Anyway, that's another really nice thing, is that the recordings are so nice. What else? Well, in general, I think that relative pitch training is really difficult. And if you don't have the right process and the right step-by-step, progressively harder process, it's even harder and maybe impossible, you know. And so I think he's come up with a really good method for training your ear, and I'm really excited to see where I'm going to go from here. Thank you.